Let me give you a code. One of the ways to attract honor to your life is when you honor people very well. So we're going to be doing a lot of honoring today. You are going to clap. When you need to shout, you shout. Even when you need to stand, you will stand. All to honor people. And it's a seed that you are sowing. So can we all be on our feet, please? Let's respect our great nation. But before we go, let's hear the names of these our amazing representatives. Tell us your name and the school you're from.
My name is Usaini Happiness from Ugboroke Secondary School.
Ugboroke, you're not representing, no?
My name is Jimmy Detai. I'm from Ugboroke College.
From what?
Ugboroke College.
Nice one. I'm liking that.
My name is Godwin Prosper. I'm from Delta Secondary School.
That's more like it.
My name is Prince King Sarah from Don Domingos College.
Awesome. From the same school? Oh, you clap for her now. Still tell us your name.
My name is Favor.
Clap for Favor.
My name is Mo Sunshine. I'm from Austin Model College.
That's it. That's it. All right. So together, our media guys, please, we are going to take the national anthem now. They would lead us with the audio, and then we'll just go together. Are we ready? The media guys, please, we are ready. Please, the national anthem, no moving, stand still, respect our nation. Thank you, thank you. Please appreciate them. Put your hands together for the great nation, Nigeria. Celebrate your nation. Please, you may take your seat. All right. Please, let's take it easy. You are doing good so far. So far, you're doing great. Let's take it easy. Maintain decorum. We understand that you're young, you have the energy, and you want to release some energy. But while you do so, do it with some caution, okay? Let's maintain calmness. Straight away, I want to welcome the ED of ASED to give us a bit of sensitization about why we're here. If your hands are not too busy, would you put them together as we welcome Dr. Barry.
All right, thank you so much, everybody. Let's be calm. We're going into a very vital part of today's program, which is the seminar aspect. And we're going to round up as quick as possible so we can cover other vital aspects of today's program. But I'll ask us a question before I move ahead with the content of today's training. Maybe I'll have to come downstairs, or if we have a microphone we can move around, someone can just help me move it around. But I want to ask us a simple question. Most of us are seated already. What are you sitting with? What are you sitting with? Anybody? Anybody? I can see some hands there. Is it possible to get them a mic? Like real quick. Graduating students, what are you sitting with? Your what? Is it your leg? Your bum bum? What are you sitting with? All right. But if you stand up and you tell your bum bum to sit, your bum bum can't sit on its own. So your mind needs to pass that information, and then the other part of your body responds. So what that simply means is the actions we're going to be taking, the choices we're going to be making, the things we're going to do with our life will be based on the information we give to our minds. Right? Yes. And I heard from one of my mentors, he was talking about the word information, and then he mentioned that information has two words that are joined together. In and formation. How many of you have thought about it that way before? In and then formation. That's information. So what it means is what you expose yourself to determines the result of your life. I tell people I will always be successful. I tell people I will always be great. I tell people it doesn't matter the economy. It doesn't matter the nation. Even if you take me to a desert, I'll still do very well. And the reason is because of what's on the inside of me. So we designed these aspects of the program, the Personal Transformation Seminar, to actually equip you with vital information that can move you from one level of success to another level of success. So we're going to move. How many of us have the course material? Can you raise it up if you have the course material? Media, can we take a picture of this? Awesome. Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. So once more, I want to especially appreciate our highly esteemed sponsor, Tantita'S Security Services Nigeria Limited. Please put your hands together for Tantita. Thank you for making this possible. And then especially, let's put our hands together for the highly esteemed MD of Tantita'S Security Services Nigeria Limited, I Chief Kestin Pondi. Thank you, sir. So the first module, just open your course material. The first module says, can we read it together? I want you to go. Ask your neighbor, who are you? What's the response you got? Awesome, fantastic, thank you. Thank you. So, while I was in junior secondary school, I went to Ugboroke Secondary School. I know I'm looking so polished now, but yeah, good things can come out of Nazareth. So I was there. I couldn't go to school for GS1 first term because my dad was duped. So I couldn't go to school. But eventually I started wearing bunny. How many of you know bunny? Mascot. How many of you have seen Disney bunny? They are usually fat and big. The bunny is jumping. You like the bunny. How many of you have seen Nigeria bunny? The person inside is slim. And I was about 12 years old then. So imagine how small I was. But I had to wear bunny so I could save up money for school. And then they pay us sometimes 300. If you dance very well inside the mascot, they can pay you 500. So I learned how to dance then so my money can be high. So I was able to save about 2,300. The only school 2,300 could take me to then was Ugboroke School. So I was there for a while. But why I'm sharing this story is all my time of being a student, just 1, just 2, just 3, I'll look at other students in the class, putting on the same uniform like myself, have the same teachers talking to us, taking the same subjects, and the question was always in my mind, what's the difference between me and all these people? Why am I here? So sometimes I will be very, very quiet and reflective, thinking about my purpose, thinking about my essence, right? And at some point it was depressing thinking about it. But thank God today I know my purpose. And we believe discovering your purpose is foundational in living a very impactful life. So that's why we included this first module. So let's move ahead now to the first page. We have a quote here that says, if you don't know the purpose of a thing, abuse is inevitable. So you can flip the slide. Maybe you just have to follow me. But because the pointer is not working, I just have to be fast, and this probably will be the fastest option. So Dr. Miles Moron said something that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Think about it. If you're cooking noodles, for example, I have a microphone on my hand, and the microphone looks like something I can stir the noodles with, right? Yes. But if I take this microphone and I put it inside a pot that is on the gas, and I start using it to stir the indomie, what will I be doing to the microphone? I'll be what? I'll be abusing the microphone. In the same vein, you have this course material, or you have a book in your house. If for some reasons the floor becomes wet and you take this book to start cleaning the floor, some of you probably do it. What are you doing to the book? You are abusing it. So every producer, every manufacturer has an intent in mind for creating every particular product. The manufacturers of this microphone created it to amplify my voice. So it's amplifying my voice. This book was designed to contain information, so informations were printed in it. The chair was designed for you to sit on it, so you are sitting on it. In the same vein, brothers and sisters, daddy and mommy, our uncles and aunties who are seated, your life is designed for a purpose. And success in life is not a mystery. How many of you here, you want to be successful? Let me see your hand. Everybody wants to be successful. But if I probably start asking each and every one of us, what does success mean to you? Probably some persons won't have anything to say. Yeah. Or you ask some people, do you want to be rich? Yes. Do you want to get married? Say, if you know how long I've been thinking about my marriage, I've even sown several seeds to get married. But you ask them, what does marriage mean? What does success mean? What does wealth mean? Probably they may not be able to answer. And anything you cannot define overwhelms you. Can I say that again? Anything you cannot define, it overwhelms you. So today we're telling you that success is simply, very simple. You should write it down. In the course material, at the end of each module, we have notes where you can take notes. So there are some key things I'm going to ask you to write. Success is you fulfilling purpose. If this microphone stop amplifying my voice, if the chair you're supposed to sit on stop having that capacity to enable you sit comfortably, it has stopped fulfilling its purpose, meaning it has failed. So success in life is simply fulfilling your purpose. So we designed this program to increase, to amplify, and to advance the success of especially young people in Niger Delta. So what is your purpose? What is the reason for your being? Why do you wake up every morning? I was thinking about today's event, and I was thinking about the fact that I'll be opportune today. I'm part of these amazing teams. I'm opportune today. I'm going to be speaking to thousands of people seated here. That is me fulfilling purpose. So it makes me fulfilled. Because I have this vision, and because I have this assignment, you can't carry me now and tell me, let's go and dupe somebody, or let's go and fight somewhere, or let's go and steal. I already have a vision for my life. I already have a purpose. I already have a reason for my being. So that drives me, and that stirs me. So your purpose is key. Your purpose is significant. It's the foundational principle that helps you accelerate your success. Lift up your hands, your right hands. Say hi. Say hi. Mention your name. Say hi. I'm here for a reason. I'm here to fulfill purpose. And my life will make a difference. Give someone a high five. Yeah. So question now will be, how do I discover my purpose and how do I fulfill it? We're just going to run through that very quickly. How many of you here, there are some dreams that has been in your mind for the past years? Do you have people like that? There are some things you've always wanted to do. For some persons, probably it's to write a book, to record a song, to take a particular course, to lead a particular project, to solve a particular problem. That could just be the thing that has been in your heart. You have tried to push it away several times, but that thought keeps coming to you. There's that nudge that is always there in your mind. You didn't put it there. The Creator placed it there in you. That's a pointer to God's purpose for your life. Another way you can discover your purpose is, what are your potentials? By your potentials, we mean, what are your abilities? What are the things you like doing? I tell people, I said, if we eventually have a company that is worth maybe $1 trillion, I'm always still going to teach, right? I'm always still going to mentor young people. I'm always still going to counsel young people. Why? It's purpose for me. It's beyond money. Beyond money. I was reflecting about our project, how far we've come today. And I think I'll share with some of my colleagues at the office. I said there was a time, there's a school called Benchy School, just around Ogunu area. How many of us know that school? So there was a curriculum I developed called Leadership and Character Development Curriculum, FCD. So I would go to school assemblies, and I'll talk to them about goal setting, talk to them about personal leadership, talk to them about dreaming big and things like that. Assembly, just 10 minutes, 5 minutes. There was a day I was going there, I didn't even have 100 naira to take me there, to transport there, but I left my house. So it was while I was on the road, I asked someone to give me 50 naira to take me there. Why? Because what I'm doing and the life I'm living is beyond anything money can buy. It is purpose for me. So your life has to be worth more than money. Your life has to be bigger than any material thing. And it's only when you know your God-given purpose and you are walking aligned with it, that's the only way you can live a life that's worthy. So what are your potentials? We said, what are that dreams? What are those aspirations that has been in your heart that refuse to go? Is a pointer to your purpose. What are the problems you want to solve? What are the solutions? What are the value you want to add to your word? These are pointers. These are pointers to your purpose. So we're going to do an exercise now very quickly. Open to the notes session. You just see it after the first module. We're going straight into the second module. You see a note session in the course material. I want you to write down 3 dreams you would like to achieve between now and the next 3 to 5 years. Theory, just write it down. The material is for you, we're not taking it back. So it's for you, just theory things. Probably you want to get your master's, put it down. Probably you want to lead a project that solves a particular problem, you put it down. Probably you want to join a particular organization, put it down. You want to work somewhere so you can add value, just write it down in the course material. Theory of those things, theory dreams like that. We especially want to acknowledge the presence of our community leaders who are here. Let's put our hands together for them. Today's event, like I said, is a grand event. So for the past weeks, we have students who have gone through some training program, some in solar installation, makeup, graphics design, web design, and the community leaders ensured that we actually have those participants to train them. So please put our hands together for our community leaders. And to our graduating students we have over here, let's put our hands together for them. Fantastic. So many of us have written 3 dreams you would like to achieve between now and the next 3 to 5 years. Just 3. Just 3. Only one person. Okay. Another exercise for us to do, so we move to the second module. Write down 3 names that inspire you. 3 names, 3 persons that inspire you. 3 persons you like to be like. 3 persons you like to be like. 1, 2, 3. Put down their names. Maybe for me, if you ask me to answer a question like that, I know the 3 names that are going to be there. So write those 3 names down. The 3 names you write down are pointers to the kind of life you're going to live. I did this exercise while I was in secondary school. I wrote down people like Joel Austin, Joyce Meyer, and the likes as 5. Nick Vujicic, because I learned about him. Today I'm doing something similar to what they are doing with their lives. So do these exercises. Write down 3 goals you like to achieve between now and the next 3 to 5 years. Then write down 3 individuals that will inspire you. Just 3 and pull it down. So let's move to module 2. We're moving very fast. Media now, please, can you help me? Just move it quickly to module 2. You have to flip the slide like really quickly. So module 2, keep flipping it. Just keep flipping it. Miles, I think you should be there. Miles or Jeff, please. You should be at the stand so you can do it very fast. So you keep flipping. So module 2 is one of the core aspects of today's program and one of the essence of this whole project we are doing. So the essence of Project SSE is for Project SSE to serve as a proactive measure to prevent pipeline vandalism and oil theft in Niger Delta. Can I say that again? Media, did you capture that? The essence of this whole gathering, the essence of the project, the reason why we have our sponsor, Tantita'S Security Services Nigeria Limited, on board on this project is the project is serving as a proactive measure to prevent oil theft and pipeline vandalism in Niger Delta and across Nigeria. So we believe a skilled youth is an asset to any nation. So someone who has a skill won't be vulnerable to destroy national assets. Someone who has a skill won't be vulnerable to engage in some vices. Someone who is well trained won't be vulnerable to involve in some vices. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. So module 2, understanding pipeline vandalism. I need someone with a mic to take it to this role. Miles, I need you. I don't know where you are, I need you. I need you to take the mic, get it somewhere here. I want someone to tell us in few words, maybe a second, maybe a minute or less. Tell us what you understand by pipeline vandalism. Do we have anyone with a microphone? So do what? So bust pipeline. Sharp, sharp. Let's celebrate that person. Sharp, 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 sharp. 100 over 100. Yes. So pipeline vandalism, it's simple. It means to destroy the national assets. But even beyond busting the pipeline directly, there are other forms of pipeline vandalism that we're going to be looking at today. Flip the slide, please. Next. Okay, so we're looking at forms of pipeline vandalism. Can I come down? I can? You like me being here? Awesome, that's fine. I needed to see the screen. So the first thing we can see here, when we're looking at forms of pipeline vandalism, because when we think of pipeline vandalism, the response we got is usually the first response. That it means to bust the pipeline, to destroy the pipeline. But there are other aspects of it. Number 1 is what? Direct tapping. Direct tapping. Let's read what we have there. 1, 2, 3, we go. This is directly breaking into the pipeline, drilling a hole to steal crude or refined products. So now you are not destroying the pipeline, but you're drilling it. You're connecting another source to the pipeline, which has some negative consequences we're going to be looking at. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us with a rousing ovation to stand up on our feet as we specially make welcome representatives, which we're going to specially tell you their designation from our sponsor, Tantita'S Security Services Nigeria Limited. Please stand up on your feet. Let's give them a rousing ovation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you. You can take your seat. Thank you. We can't thank Madam Daisy enough, the head of admin, Tantita'S Security Services Nigeria Limited. Our counsel, our advice throughout the project has been invaluable, immeasurable. We appreciate you, ma. Thank you. So we're looking at forms of pipeline vandalism. We said the first one is what? Direct tapping. And we can see the consequences. What are some of the consequences? Number 1 is what? immediate risks of explosion, massive fire, instant death to those involved and nearby communities. So every time that pipeline, there's an attack to it, maybe not to even destroy it totally, but just to even affect it, it can lead to massive explosion. That is not just destructive to the individual, but affects the community that those assets are residing. Next, let's move on. Number 2 is what you mentioned, sabotage and deliberate destruction. So there are sometimes some host communities, members of these communities, or some aggrieved persons are like, we have this oil. How many of you have said that before? We have oil. Maybe it's granite oil you have in your house, olive oil, or palm oil. But we say we have oil. And we're not seeing anything. Our road is still bad. Our schools are like this. The hospitals are not there. So because we want attention, we're going to attack the pipeline. And then you see some people, they go ahead and then deliberately, they destroy these national assets. Let's look at the consequences. 1, 2, 3, read. Widespread environmental devastation. Let me explain that. So anytime there's anger and people choose to attack the pipeline that way, we now have what we call spillages that rolls into the river. So some parents or some families, their source of livelihood is actually fishing. Some of them is farming. But anytime there's deliberate sabotage or destruction of the pipeline, then these farmlands become destroyed. The rivers become polluted. So those who rely on fishing to survive, those who rely on farming to survive, their source of livelihood is taken away from them. So sometimes people think that would be the best way to get attention, or that would be the best way to solve the grievances, but it actually produces more problem. We have some students here. In maths, minus plus minus is equal to what? In real life, negative plus negative is chaos. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So the fact that someone is acting wrong, not taking responsibility for what they are supposed to do, is not enough reason to carry out destructive acts. And that's why we are doing this sensitization, reaching the next generation. Because we know probably those at a particular level, their thinking process is already molded. There's a word Madam Daisy told us in our first meeting. She said it's difficult to teach old dogs new tricks. But if we proactively reach the young generation now, we can create this mindset in them to be guardians of our national assets and not destructors of it. So let's move on. The third way is through what? Illegal refining and bunkering sites. So we've looked at 2 previous forms of pipeline vandalism. This is the third one. So there are some people that walk in places that we call creeks. Way inside the bush. You can see this guy. You can see how grab he is. You can see what he's pushing. And you can see there's an explosion just at the front of him. But he's still going towards it. So there are some places that are bunkering sites where this crude is being cooked for them to get different refined products, and then they go ahead to sell it themselves. Let's look at consequences of these activities. The first one is what? Frequent deadly explosion. The second one is what? Severe air and water pollution. The third one is what? Chronic health problems for nearby residents. Next slide. Let's keep going. So more forms of pipeline vandalism. So there are some people who, they are not involved in the act personally. But guess what they do? They are conspirators and they are facilitators. Meaning what they do is they assist those that engage in it. They assist those that do it. So sometimes they provide them with transportation. Sometimes they even buy from them. So what it means is stealing it is not just the offense. If you know that that product is stolen and you go ahead to buy such products, you are among those that are stealing from Nigeria's resources. You are among those that are involved in pipeline vandalism. How many of us have heard of stories of people who bought second-hand phone before and then they were arrested? Like they traced them and said, no, this phone, someone stole it and sold it to you. Even killed someone. And you we can't find the person, but because you bought it from the person, now we're going to arrest you. Some people are in jail. Life imprisonment for that. How many of us we have witness of things like that? Similar thing as well. When you conspire with those who carry out these activities and these acts, you become part of what they are doing. So doing it is not where it ends. Aiding them to do it or supporting them to do it by patronizing them is as bad as the activity itself. Next one, the last but not the least. There's a saying, I did a program in law, and one of the things we were taught in one of our courses, that ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So when you even look away, or when you are silent, or when you are just there, not doing anything, sitting on the fence, you are as guilty as the same people who are doing it. It is called the law of thought, negligence in the law of thought. You'll be held responsible. So what it means is if you see something, you are going to do what? Say something. So we're going to be sharing with you official contact of our sponsor, Tantita'S Security Services Nigeria Limited, that you can safely report such acts to, and prompt action is going to be taken. So let's look deeply now at consequences of pipeline vandalism. We have some very important case study. Take it to the first one. Take it forward. You're moving the slide backwards. Take it forward. Thank you. Leave it here. Thank you. So many of you can see what is on the screen. So the first deep consequence, like I mentioned, it affects our farm. So the source of food and income for some people is totally destroyed because of vandalism. Because the oil spills into the soil, affects the fertility, and nothing can grow on the ground again. Next one. Fish. So the river that should refrigerate the fishes, that should habit them, becomes polluted. So the fish can't stay in there anymore. Next one. Families. This is so touching. How many of you can see this lady? So when there's a spill, and then for some reasons there's an explosion that affects the community, families can't stay there anymore. This is a pregnant woman, probably just enjoying herself one peaceful afternoon. But because some people choose to be selfish, because some people choose to think about themselves alone, because some people choose to express their grievances in the most destructive way, they made her homeless. She can't stay in her house anymore. She had to move out. So it makes home unsafe for anybody. Because there could be an explosion. There could be an unrest with the security forces. And then it makes it impossible for people to stay. Next slide, please. Futures. So the resources that are supposed to be generated from this oil that God has blessed Nigeria with is now being cornered by just a few persons. So the schools that were supposed to be built, the hospitals that were supposed to be built, the roads that were supposed to be developed becomes a bygone because the resources meant for it was either stolen or the asset was destroyed. Last but not the least, let's go. No, forward, we've taken fatalities. Last but not the least, fatalities. You can see that explosion over there. You can see this explosion. This happened in Imo State in the year 2022. And you can see over 100 persons died immediately from this explosion. Just because one or two persons were trying to take care of their pockets alone. And then they affected several individuals. From these deaths, we have young people who had dreams to become lawyers. The young people who had dreams to become handsome banker like we have Mr. Aladdin over here. Young people who had dreams of working in Chevron and Share. Young people who had dreams of becoming inventors. Young people who had dreams of becoming actors like this amazing celebrity we have here. You're going to see him later. Some of you have not seen him yet. But those dreams were shattered because of selfish interest. We have something written on red. 1, 2, 3, let's read it together. 1, 2, 3, go. The human life is of greater value than any of the money promised from such activities. Very important. Let's move on now, quickly. Next slide. We want to now look at No, let's go. So when you get home, we have some case studies for you to do because of time. So when you get home, look into these case studies. These were actual occurrences. This happened in Bayelsa State when there was a spill. Think about the scenario and then put in the requisite action that you will have taken or how you were going to feel if something like that has happened to you. But let's move to conflict resolution now. Okay, let's stand up for the affirmation. Just go to the affirmation. Let's take that quickly. We have it in your course material as well. Can we get course materials for our special guests at the front? Can we do that? So let's stand up and take the affirmations together. We have it on the screen as well. So 1, 2, 3, let's go. Say, my community is my responsibility. I choose a clean environment that will be of value to us all over quick money. I will speak up, not look away. My purpose is to build, not to destroy. Yes, now we want you to make a commitment. So you're going to raise your hand now. We want to make you an ambassador for pipeline safety and a responsible citizen of our community and Nigeria. So you put your name, say I. Mention your name, say I. Today, I make a solemn commitment to be a nation builder by helping Nigeria secure our vital oil infrastructure. I live a life worthy of emulation, adding value to others. So help me God. Amen. So now you sign in your course material. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You can sit down. So you sign and then you put a date. So you just made a pledge and you just made a commitment. And pledges are serious. So in the next few minutes, let's look at module 3, conflict resolution. Conflict resolution. So we want to examine something now. And while we're doing research about the project, we talked about a lot of things. We looked at the neglect in the Niger Delta area. There are some documentaries we literally watched that at some point I was vibrating like this. We need to take action and do something. Where communities that actually have these resources, time passed, it's no longer like that. We thank God for Tantita'S Security Services Nigeria Limited. Let's put our hands together for Tantita once more. Tantita has brought shared prosperity for everyone. Shared prosperity. But before now, it used to be so much worse than bad. A community with these resources, a community with these assets that powers other communities, powers other countries, powers other cities. It's like you have a factory of rice. See the picture? It's like you have a factory of rice. And then you have children. And your children can't even see one cup of rice to eat. Because some persons are hoarding it. But naturally it belongs to you. So naturally that should make someone infuriated. Should make someone aggrieved. Should make someone angry. And the person will want to fight. So the Niger Delta had situations like that before now. Where despite the wealth owned by the people, despite the resources owned by the people, there was neglect. Nobody was giving attention to developing the people or to the socio-economic growth of the environment. And that led to grievances. But to amend those grievances, the federal government, private organizations, public organizations have now been set up to ensure that if for any reason there are grievances from host communities, grievances from anyone whosoever that is a citizen or an indigene of a particular community, you can express this in a better way. Like we said rightly, minus plus minus. Minus plus minus. In mathematics. In real life, minus plus minus is what? Chaos. So what it means is if someone is acting irresponsibly, you don't have to act that way. So we want to look at how can you resolve conflict amicably? How can you resolve conflict peacefully? That your annoyance will be heard and will be shined through the right attention. Let's move the slide. Just move it to where we have not why meeting, paths to peaceful conflict resolution. That's page 21 because of time. Thank you. So the first thing we have there is what? Dialogue and communication. So in cases where you observe that maybe there's a spillage, cases where you observe that maybe there's neglect and you want a change and you want to see growth and impact in your community because of the asset that you have, you can engage in dialogue and you can communicate. And you can do this through forums where you can share your grievances in a very clear and respectful way. Another way, path to peaceful conflict resolution is what? Number 2 is what? Negotiation. Number 3 is what? Advocacy. How many of you know VDM? I've been hearing a lot about him. All right. So we all have our internet today. We all have access to social media. Let me give you a promise. So when you start initially, nobody may be giving you attention when you start initially. But if you continue, if you are consistent in sharing your thoughts on forums like that, if you are consistent in airing your views in places like that, then inevitably, people will start paying attention to you. People will start noting you. Organizations will start reaching out to you. Especially when you have evidence to show. So when you see a spill, maybe because this pipeline is not being maintained properly or, there's a neglect, you can take documentation. You can take pictures, you can take videos, just start putting your facts and your evidence together. And then you can share online and then you can tag these people. We're just giving you alternative means to effective conflict resolution aside thinking of carrying out violent acts. Then, the next one is what? Alternative livelihoods. So when you grow your personal capacity, when you grow your personal resource, you build your personal economy, that helps to give you substance to be able to have a voice. Then people will listen to you. So we have a case study here that we're going to read very quickly. And the case study is about the Ogoni struggle. How many of us remember Ogoni? Ken Saro-Wiwa, how many of us remember the story? Fantastic. So maybe we should go back to history and then read about how he was able to effectively air the grievances of the Ogoni people. And they were able to win that particular case. So when you get home, look into this case study it, bring out lessons that you learned from it, and then see how you can put it to work. But before closing, there's something I want to bring to your attention. Is in page 21 as well. The top of page 21 is about the PIA. So the PIA is the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, how it was developed to help host communities to be able to harness the resource that they have. So we've done well today. We have a last module that you definitely want to ensure you study because it's about money. Tell anybody it's about money. If you like money, let me see your hand. If you are like me and you like money, let me include myself. Just wave. Because what you like is what you attract. Fantastic. So when you get home, look into the last module. Because of time that we're managing effectively today, we may not be able to cover it, but look into the last module. It's about wealth creation, which is a core aspect of this program. Because we want people to learn skill, we want people to know how to effectively make, manage, and multiply their money. So look at the last module and then study it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Stand up on your feet. We're going to make one affirmation once more before we end today's session. Just one more. One more. We've been sitting for a time. Say, my purpose is to contribute to a healthy, prosperous, and peaceful community. Give your neighbor a high five. Say, nice having you here. I'm sure you've gotten value. So we're going to move to the other aspects of today's program. We're going to make welcome our host for today. Let's be seated. Gently, let's be seated. Calmly seated.
Can you hear me?
Like I said, if you don't have a seat inside the auditorium, we'll look for a way to fix you up. Let's put hands together for our host for today, Mr. Noel Umozu, a.k.a. Noel the Builder.
if you enjoyed that presentation, put it together for Mr. Barry. Handsome man. He's a doctor to the core. One more time, I appreciate Dr. Barry. Okay, we are trying to rush up things. Clap for yourselves. I'm seeing some of your faces. I'm not partial. Okay, I skipped something. We have a number of communities, and their representatives are here, the esteemed leaders, and they came with their team. So we are going to introduce you community by community as we proceed, but just forgive us at the moment if we just skip that. But by the way, can we appreciate all the leaders from our different
Good day,
communities?
everyone.
Young people do that.
This is GbaramatuVoice TV, and I am Agogo Iniko. You are watching the induction and graduation ceremony of the just concluded skills acquisition program organized by Africa's Hub for Skills and Entrepreneurship Development, sponsored by Tantita'S Security Services Nigeria Limited, spearheaded by High Chief Kestin Pondi under the SSE project. And now, what is the SSE project all about? It's about securing the pipelines, securing the future, and establishing the future. Now, over the months, there have been intensive sensitization going on in secondary schools, in the communities, from Ugboroke, Ugboroke, and Ogunu. And these students have been sensitized about the dangers of pipeline vandalism, and showing them that they can actually earn an honest living through skills. And that's why we're here. Over 80 students are graduating today for this celebration. They've been equipped in different skills acquisition, ranging from digital marketing, social media management, videography, photography, graphics designing, makeup, microblading, and lots more. And the interesting part is that the new inducted student who will be inducted today, you know why some are graduating today after 1 month of internship program. New students are actually going to be inducted, yes. And the good thing is this: there are more skills to be learned. Talking about fashion designing, more skills introduced to the program. Fashion designing, nail tech, we'll also have shoe and bag making. And the previous set also had solar installation and solar engineering. They're also covering more schools this time around, from Ogunu, Ekpan, and communities around those regions. This is actually a mind-blowing initiative. Thumbs up to Tantita'S Security Services Nigeria Limited, under the management of High Chief Kestin Pondi. Thank you so much for joining us, and we just want you to stay glued to the screen as you watch the program. Once again, I am Agogo Iniko. This is GbaramatuVoice TV. Don't go nowhere.
Okay, so it's still morning. Good morning, everybody. See how I'm smiling. I'm very happy that this actually became a reality, because I know how many times we've had meetings and trying to make sure that this works out. So I'll first say thank you to the community leaders for actually allowing the team come into your community and talk to students in schools, because I know that that's where this vision started from. As usual, Tantita were all about our community, all about the children, all about young minds, trying to dissuade people from anything that has to do with the illegality of the oil and gas business. Our major priority is making sure that Nigeria gets as much as we have in the ground. We make sure that it gets to where it's supposed to get to as it's supposed to. So we're saddled with the responsibility of securing the oil pipelines in the Western and Central region under Maton Engineering Services Limited. I think I've lost my train of thought because I'm so happy to see the number of schools, the number of students that actually came out of school today for this. Please make a big round of applause for yourself. Wow. And our graduates, they're what, 70? Yeah. The people that 78. So the number actually increased. Please clap for yourselves as well. So like I told Barry and the team earlier, we're not going to stop here. We're going to make sure that you guys actually get settled. Then the ones in secondary school as well, it won't also stop here. We'll make sure that we keep on periodically coming to schools, doing what we can do, our little CSR, as well as the sensitization. Now, I have a gift for the best graduating student, as in the best student that graduated from the skills acquisition. I need the person's name, just one, please, just one. Again, we couldn't have done this without our communities. So all the children all the students or graduating from the skills in the house, please stand up, give a big round of applause to our parents that are in the communities that actually allowed all of you to come up. Stand up, let's give a big round of applause to everybody that came out from the communities, the representative of communities that took out their time to come out from everywhere they are, come and sit with us today. Thank you very much. We can't do anything that we want to do without our community leaders. So to our mothers, to our fathers, our brothers, our sisters, thank you so much for believing in the cause and making sure that these children actually learn what they are supposed to learn. Again, we're always here. Okay, you can come up. Again, as Tantita, we're always here to make sure that we support. So, this is the best graduating student in what? Sorry? Okay, so what's your name? And you did solar installation. What was the KPI to know that he's the graduating student in the activities? Okay. 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 I may not know how to pronounce your surname, so I'll just ask you your name and you tell me. Don't worry. Okay, so come to the middle. So from our the first class of skills acquisition, he's the best graduating student. His name is
Agogo Moyuma.
And he was in the solar installation segment. I've heard that during practicals he did the best and he was their class governor as well. Do you agree to that? They are not happy. Oh. Are you sure he was the best graduating student? Okay, so I have a small gift for you. Should I say what I'm to give you? Okay. So I have $200 for our